Alright, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Kieran Rodriguez, and wow. I have to say, it's been a really good day today, but, unfortunately, on the other hand, there's been so much, confessions and droppings of crazy, storyline endings for other games. I just want to tell you that, I've been trying to, upload some vids from time to time, but it's just hasn't been that, just hasn't been, that much, responsibility-ness. Mainly I haven't been able to get back into, what I'm doing. And, which I apologize for that, because I have, a crappy, Wi-Fi internet, where, if I'm, the only one using, the Wi-Fi, it's still not as good as you really think it is. Not as good as I really think it is, so, yeah, which I apologize for that. But, I guess today, we'll just go into some discussion, and actually I'll tell you about what I've been seeing a lot. Let me just maybe topic off of your home. Yeah, let me topic off of one thing that just really shocked me today. Mortal Kombat X. So, two things, and I'm only going to point it out. So recently at Boone, well, let me just tell you that if you guys haven't played the story mode, which I played it, and, I haven't been able to post, the storyline missions yet, but, which I kind of will. I'm not really too big of, those mega ultra gamers that have, top of the line, internet connection that could, upload videos that quick. So, I'm sorry that I can't do that for you guys. And on top of that, with video quality and stuff like that, I'm not that type of guy to do that. I'm more the guy to just work on what I need to work on and just, finish it. So, it's just not as, it's not as good as I really think that I would make videos that, basically that quick and easy. But, now let's go into some discussion detail. In the Mortal Kombat game is freaking amazing. I freaking love it. And I just have to say, I was a little bit disappointed, but I liked it a lot. I will say this, that Raiden, he's so badass at the end. But then on top of that, you have to think with all these other characters like Cyrax, Sindel, Li Mei, some other people, Smoke, and all these other fighters. I was shocked. I was shocked that they weren't put into the game, and I wanted to have this discussion really, really bad because number one, I was bored, and number two, I gotta do some things today. Birthday's in 10 days, but no, I'm just very shocked. That game was don't get me wrong. Once I finish doing some Xenoverse today, I will do some Dragon Ball Z. Well, no, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, why am I repeating the same thing? But no, I will do some Mortal Kombat, and I will be sure to, kick some tail and start, whooping that butt. But yeah, guys, that game is still good. Don't get me wrong, Mortal Kombat is still one of my favorite games to play. But I just feel like Ed Boon, he's saving the best for last. So what I'm trying to say is that you gotta think of it like this. When you know that you have a good game out there, and you're not going to make another game if part of that story is kind of chipped off to be held or kept as a secret. That just doesn't make any sense, because why would you develop a game like that? Because we knew it from 9. We all thought that 9 would probably have more, storyline DLC, but, well, technically no, 9, we just thought 9 was just kind of boom, that's it. and Raiden lives to breathe like another day and all that. So, but I don't know. I'm actually very surprised of what happened to Liu Kang and Katana, which I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but like I will say that it's very, very sad, and I hope things change for maybe the future storyline DLC. And speaking of DLC, like let's go on the topic with that. So here are the characters that I've listed down in my head that I think that should have made the cut for Mortal Kombat. And it has to be, sadly, well, I'm going to name out like 10 or 15. So the first one, Cyrax. Why do I say Cyrax? Because Cyrax is a very, he's still one of Raiden's, students, and, he still is part of like the, good side. And I would say Sector for number 2, because Sector, he has like, that type of, like awesome evil in him, where like you just can't, mess with him. But the thing with Sector is that I was thinking Sector, he would probably work with Kano, but he already, well, so, see, this is why that I don't want to spoil the story, but screw it, I might as well spoil it. Well, Kano, he did get his butt whooped by Sonya, but, like, I'm just thinking, like, if in this, prior to upcoming DLC that we can see Kano come back, because Kano never died in story mode, which I'm sorry guys, but, if you guys don't want to watch this video, don't watch it, but I'm just saying, it's very, rare that we're not seeing characters that we thought that would make the cut. But it's just like, what the heck? Like, we paid all this good money, and we don't know what's going to come through with this combat pack, which I'm very excited for it, don't get me wrong, because I know that Jax is going to be, like a DLC costume outfit from the guy from Predator, too. So, I'm very, happy of that. Like Sergeant Cartman, I think. But no, he's like, like the guy who, used to be Apollo Creed from, Rocky. But, like rest in peace to that, black man. Because, he was such a good boxer. Like right until, like Ivan Drago, like whooped his tail. So, I was a little bit upset once he died. That would be sick, because I did mention in other few videos, like what if I did, like what if videos. So, like I think I might get into that, like what if, Apollo Creed did not die in the Rocky movie series. Like, he's such a good boxer, man, and he probably would want to get his revenge on, like Ivan Drago, and he probably wants to fight him for, like one more round, or one more, tail of the tape. But, yeah, that's definitely something I would really like to get into, because I have, like, a lot of good what if, videos, or what if, video ideas that I can make. So, I would definitely like to do it, but it's just time, and then just trying to find pictures and stuff to put into video and video editing. I'm just like, you know what, screw it. Like, why do I gotta do that? That's just something that's not going to work. Nah, I'm just kidding. But no, it's just like, I got some other stuff, I can do. I can work on that, at like a later point in time, like the summer, but don't get me wrong, like, I have a lot of fun making videos, but it's just like the time and effort, which I'm actually going on to YouTube right now to like, start uploading a few, but like it's just like, my freaking internet's crappy. Yeah, but it's all good. Let's see. Oh, is this oh yeah, this is Mortal Kombat. It's crazy. that's so sick. You know, I can play as hopefully that I can get a Queen Katana. Yeah, Katana is like an evil queen. I knew this was gonna happen. Which I never wanted this to happen because you know Katana, she's so beautiful and sexy. But you know, I'm just saying, like Katana, she looks so evil in this game, guys, and I'm just like, no, she's like my favorite character. On top of that, first being Scorpion because you know me and Scorpion, like you know, like we just have that, you know, bonding connection whenever I use him. Like whenever I go on, whenever I hop into like you know ranked matches. But nah, like I was very shocked that Melina got killed. I'm sorry if you guys don't want to watch it. Don't watch this video. It's that easy. But I'm just saying, like it was crazy. It was crazy to think of it, but I thought Melina was gonna live. But I guess Melina she wanted to just basically have more control, but sooner than later, Devora had to do it. Which, you know, here's a twist. Devora, I thought Devora was gonna die at some point, you know, like early into the story. So, like, don't blame anything on me because you know I'm just saying, you know, this is like what I feel like and think of. But no, like to be honest, guys, like I just got shocked when I was watching the story. You know, like earlier this morning while I was hacking a lot. Not hacking, like, not like hacking computers, I was just talking a lot. But, wait, hold on. Well, no, it just felt crazy, you know what I mean? Because, you know, like you wouldn't ought to think that Molina would go down that easy. But on top of that, like, I didn't really like Molina that much. Like, you know, she's still beautiful and stuff, but, well, you know, the body, but I'm not talking about, like, that face. Like, you know, like, what happens when she, you know, try to, like, you know, like, freaking eat you or something? Like, you know, I don't know, like, I guess she feeds off of her, you know, freaking flesh, you know, like, before she wants to, you know, make her final move on you. And I just run off like a freaking rat. Yeah, that's just funny, though. Like, one more character, well, actually, let me get back to the list. So at number 3, I got Shiva, because, I personally felt like Shiva should have made that return. And then number 4, you guys may not know this character a lot, but I liked him back in the day, Taven. Taven, he's more of like I want to say maybe like a generic, you know, like Danian god, which I don't want to say he was just made up for Mortal Kombat, you know, Armageddon for PS2, but let me just say that like Taven, he really fitted into the story, and I would like to see more out of him if they focused on that. And yeah, that's what I pretty much had. But let me talk at number 5. His name is like Rico. So Rico, a lot of people were having a lot of discussion about him because they were saying what happened to Rico made that cut to the storyline because he was one of Shao Kahn's, you know, like I want to say his appendices, but the thing is, like, you know, why would you kind of troll us at Boone, which, you know, I like Ed Boone a lot, and he is, like, by far one of the best, you know, gaming, you know, just creative directors, developers, known to the gaming industry, but, you know, like, if we had seen Rico in this game, you know how badass he would look? Like, don't get me wrong, you know, like, I don't like Rico because, like, he just doesn't really surprise me that much, so I'm, like, a little bit happy, but I'm kind of like, what the heck, you know, you guys could have added more characters into this roster. But I guess Mortal Kombat, it was just too much of a good game that trying to focus on him just wouldn't make any sense because Shao Kahn's already dead, and what would he do to try to return the favor for Shao Kahn? So, you know, I guess he would probably work for Shinnok, and Shinnok, he looks very good, but he looks very deadly, like, you know, for the game itself. So, you know, if you guys really check him out, he has good variations. But I do really like Shinnok. And at number 6, I have Cyrax because, well, did I say Cyrax? I probably did. But I'll probably say at number 6, Fujin. Fujin. I like this guy a lot because he's like one of Raiden's, I guess that's his sidekick or something like that. That's what I call it. But he's very good, and I just really wanted to see more out of him. And I don't know if I said this, but I wanted Shiva to come back because she's just so, awesome. Nah, but like I guess that's like another one. Another one would probably be probably Striker. I want to see how Striker would have fitted into this game. Even though he was just a cop, he wasn't Special Forces or anything for that matter. Which he could have probably went into Special Forces. Probably got his freaking ass killed, during the story mode. But I don't know. Like, I guess Quan Chi, he did a really good job of trying to maintain the whole army. Once Scorpion decided to kill him, which I just personally like that Takeda. Like, he's really, really good. Let's see, 1, 5, 6, 7. I guess I'll go with number 8. Number 8. I wanted this guy to come, but he just couldn't make the cut. I wanted Onaga to come back. Onaga, I like this guy a lot because I used to troll people a lot, or used to troll people whenever I'm, playing games with my cousins or, like my uncles in Mortal Kombat on the PS2. Well, Mortal Kombat Armageddon. But he's just so powerful. Like, you guys can't stop. Can't stop. The freaking Onaga. He's so good. Like that's just like what's so good about him. Like, you just go ham with Onaga. At number 9, I like to say, oh man, she kind of interested me, like, in a way, but I'm trying to think of her name. Oh yeah, her name was like Ashura. So like Ashura, it seems so to happen that she was some like Middle Eastern fighter, which I kind of liked her because she looked kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? But the thing was is that I thought that she was going to maybe probably be brought back because with all these new characters in Armageddon that we never even heard of, they even made the comeback. Like, why would you bring back Tanya, but you want to bring back any other characters like Lee May, Serena? Which Serena, she looks very, very, very cute and awesome too, very good looking. But I'm just saying, like that's just kind of disrespect, you know what I mean? I want to say at number 10, I want to say oh man, there's so many characters, guys. You guys won't realize what type of characters I'm probably going to name now. I really wanted Boraicho to come back because I just think Boraicho, he's just so badass and like I know that his superpowers isn't really as good as many people think they are. But he's just so cool looking, you know what I mean? I guess everyone, he had to make the right decision to do what's best for Mortal Kombat and like the whole Mortal Kombat universe. But yeah. At number 11, I want to say oh man, who's that one girl that really excited me? Oh man. See, like this is like the part when you have to think about what you have to say, and before you make a video, don't ever talk about it. Like, don't ever try to think while making a video. But it's my fault. But hey, this is more like a discussion, you know what I'm saying? But let's get back into what I'm trying to say. I think at number 11, I wanted back oh man, what is her name? Like, there's so many female characters. Oh yeah, Jade. I wanted Jade to come back. Unfortunately, Jade, even though that she got killed by Sindel, I felt like that would have been like a good storyline, character. She's very, very cute, very awesome, but I guess she had to go because everyone was just like, screw it. She's not really not really, you know, like any use to the, you know, Mortal Kombat universe. At number 13, I really wanted this one character to come back. But probably Dagon. Dagon was Taven's brother, and the thing is that I think he was working with like the Red Dragon, and then he kind of like, you know, like ordered them, or no, like kind of had like the Red Dragon helping him out, and then he wanted to kill his brother for some odd reason because he was like, you know, like the like ultimate prize for everything. And at number 14, I wanted, you know, like the actual like character, like, because I forgot his name, but I call him, you know, like basically that big giant Armageddon character that you see on like the back of the, you know, game disc cover. Yeah, I wanted him back, but his name was Blaze. But no, like the main reason why I wanted Blaze is because maybe Shinnok, he could have probably used him as like a, you know, like extra power or something for that matter, and that would have been like a really great, you know, like add-on to the game. And on top of that, I could see that being a little bit way too overpowered. And don't get me wrong, Predator, when he comes out, I'm gonna go ham with him, and I'm just going to spam every single move that he has. And I just can't wait what Edwin's gonna bring to the table with this character. You know, that's definitely one of my favorite characters, and I just love Predator. You know, you guys can't say no to Predator.
It's your turn, Gohan.
Let's see, what's another character that I want to see coming back? Well, this is the final character on my list, but I was going to say Kintaro, but no, this character, he is by far a really good character, and I think he would have been good if they hadn't, you know, just stopped focusing on him. But I really wanted, God, what's his name? There's so many characters with like, don't you always get that feeling when you just forget about the freaking name, and then like you just, you know, forget about it? That's just how I'm feeling right now, guys. I'm sorry. But oh man, like who is that character? I'm trying to think right now. I know Liu Kang's already back, so he's definitely making his appearances. It's definitely not the, you know, Cobra guy, but man, like there's so many characters to choose from. I'm trying to think, like who do I really wanted to come back? I guess maybe if he wasn't like messed up, and they probably wanted some more detail of him, I probably would have to go with, Jesus, like, my goodness, like, who is that character? I literally forgot his name, like, it was literally, like, right on the tip of my tongue, and I just forgot about it that quick. Oh yeah, probably Jarek. So, Jarek, he may not be the character I wanted to come back, but I guess if they developed a little bit more on him, I probably would have, you know, changed my mind about him. But I was just like, you know, trying to come up with a character because, you know, I didn't want to waste time on this, so I'd rather just come up with somebody. But no, like those are definitely characters that could have probably been developed, because think about it, guys, like this is going into the future. Like this isn't like, you know, we have to bring back every single character. And don't get me wrong, like characters like Cross, she made like a freaking appearance in the game, and I was like, wow, like she really made that comeback to the game. But here's the problem, she wasn't playable. So that's just something to really think about, because you got to really understand, like this isn't something that you can really expect, because you know the freaking devs, like, you know, like they got so much to do. But yeah, those are my picks, and you know, I'm gonna finish up this match, and I think personally, if they really focus on one character that I would choose from that list, it would definitely have to be, it probably would have to really be, God dang it, like
Not
Taven.
bad.
Like, I just like Taven a lot because Taven is just so badass, man. Like, you know, we all seen it from the beginning of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and I just think with him in the picture would really bring a good spice up and a good, like,
You
what
got
the
some
heck,
pretty good moves
like,
then.
I never seen that
You may
coming.
actually be worth
But,
training.
yeah, those are my picks, guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this video as much